Okay, let's do a little algebra. If I had something like 2t plus 34 equals 126. What all algebra is that you have something that is unknown. I mean, this could be how many more minutes can you sleep, how much hamburger meat do you have to buy to feed your family, and so on. We definitely use algebra every day. It's just kind of weird seeing it in this form to get you ready for the word problems. So what we want to do is we want to solve this, and let me rewrite it here. We want to solve this for the variable. When we mean solve this for the variable, we mean get this variable all by itself, isolate the variable, and when I plug whatever I solve for back in, this should calculate to 126. So in other words, this reads 2 times some number. When you see a number next to a variable and there's nothing in between, that means multiplication. So this means 2 times some number plus 34 equals 126. Well, I don't know about you, I don't know what that number is. So we have to go through these algebra steps to actually solve this for that number. I always work away from the variable and do it the very last step, meaning I would like to take this 34 and move it to that side. Well, if this is a positive 34, I could do that. How could I get rid of it? Well, I could just subtract 34. But the problem is this equal sign says for this to remain equal, whatever you do on one side, you have got to do to the other side. That's the most important part of algebra. Once you get that, you'll see that you just keep doing the same thing over and over and over. When you do something to one side, you have got to do it to the other side. As you can see, that cancels. And then I just simply bring down my 2t. And over here, I just subtract 126 minus 34, which gives me 92. And you might say, well, that looks good, but I still have not isolated my variable here. I have a 2 stuck beside it. Remember I said when there's nothing in between, this means 2 times t? Up here, I undid addition with subtraction. Well, you undo multiplication with a division. Meaning, if I divided this by 2, wouldn't that just give me 1t or t? But don't forget, if you divide one side by 2, you have got to divide the other side by 2. So I take 92 divided by 2 and I get 46. So that's my answer. Now this is the beauty of algebra. You can check your work yourself. Meaning that I can go back to 2t plus 34 equals 126. And I just said that t equals 46. We'll plug it in and see if it works. So 2 times 46, I put those parentheses to signify this is still multiplication, plus 34 equals 126. Move that over a little bit. I take 2 times 46, which is 92. And then I add 34, and if the left side of the equal sign equals the right side, then this checked, and I know I solved it correctly. So as you can see, algebra is just simply going through these steps, solving for an unknown value. 2 times what plus 34 equals 126. Okay, I don't know, this value right here could be a pair of shoes, and I have 2 kids. I'm gonna buy a pair of shoes. I have this extra $34 I'm gonna spend as well on them, and I only have a $126 budget. So you can make words, and I think that's the part that bothers students, is they say, well, when they start mixing letters with numbers, I don't understand it. But you're going to get to the point as you keep working these where this actually is going to make sense. You're just going through the mechanics right now. It's kind of like when you learn a musical instrument. What do you learn first? You learn notes and chords, and then you finally get to play a song. Well, that's the same thing in algebra. You learn these mechanics, these steps for solving, and then we finally put this in a word problem so you can understand the reason why you would need to use algebra.